We're coming up on 5:39 here on your Tuesday, Election Day. So I guess, Alex, the million-dollar question is, are we going to be seeing any impacts potentially from this tropical system?
Yes, and that's, yes, I do think we are, and I think it's going to be late Thursday into Friday, it's looking like. But that is one of 4 things I've got on the docket this morning. We've got a lunar eclipse going on right now as well. Check this out. It began at 5:16. Its peak is going to be at 5:59, and the total eclipse will end at 6:41. So as you step outside this morning, you see the moon off in the distance. It's going to have a red tint to it as the Earth's shadow is casted onto it. But that is probably the least of our concerns as we head into the next few days. 64 here in Warner Robins, 61 in Macon, 68 in Dublin, and 66 in Perry this morning. Hanging on to 70 in Milledgeville, 65 in Roberta, and 63 down in Americus 39 minutes after 5 here on this Tuesday morning. The fog situation much better this morning than we were the past few mornings. Our humidity a lot lower, not as much moisture in the atmosphere, but still not perfect everywhere. So looking at 6 miles of visibility here in Macon, 5 miles of visibility down in Eastman. A few patchy spots of fog will be possible as we head through the day today. But in the grand scheme of things, today is going to be very quiet in terms of what we got coming here over the next few days. Here at the noon hour, temperatures in the 70s. Then once we get later into the afternoon, I think we actually top off somewhere near 80. Temperatures begin to fall, of course, with the sun setting earlier now. Notice a wind coming in out of the northeast as we head into the overnight hours. This is going to allow for a wedge to set up tomorrow morning, meaning that we're not going to be able to get as warm during the afternoon hours. So getting down into the 40s tomorrow morning and then only into the 60s tomorrow afternoon, and that's going to about do it. So going from record-breaking heat from Sunday and Monday now to cooler stuff here on Wednesday. And then once we get later into Wednesday and Thursday, notice some rain beginning down towards the south, a cloud cover moving towards the north. This is going to be what's currently Subtropical Storm Nicole working its way in here. So let's talk about it. As of the 4 a.m. advisory, it's got winds of about 45 miles an hour, moving towards the northwest at about 8. Here's the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. Hurricane warnings in effect there in the Bahamas, and it's expected to make landfall as a Category 1 hurricane on the coast of Florida in just a matter of days. This would be really early in the morning on Thursday, before getting hung up on a cold front and lifting back off towards the north here, and that would bring it right over central Georgia. So that's what we're watching for here in the days ahead. Here's how this maps out on Future View on the GFS. So Thursday at about 10 p.m. we saw the front end of this on our high resolution Future View. Here we are, not so high, but the long range version. Widespread rain across the area lasting into Friday morning and afternoon. There's the noon hour there, but then lifting away as we get into Friday night. The European showing something similar. Again, the center of the storm down in the Gulf of Mexico, but already looking at that shield of rain here Thursday afternoon into the overnight hours into Friday. Here we are at 6 a.m. Friday morning. We're going to be looking at this lifting away as we get into Friday afternoon as well. So that's according to the European model. Everything boils down to this. We've got rain likely late Thursday into Friday. Wind gusts upwards of 40 miles an hour. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, because of the pressure gradient, we have that high to the north that's allowing the wedge to build in, the storm down towards the south, and the wind is going to be like squeezing toothpaste through the tube. You're going to get it accelerating as it comes through central Georgia. And at this moment, we are not concerned about a tornado threat, but of course that could change here in the coming days. And oh, by the way, in case you missed it, today is Election Day. Again, today's forecast really nice. 70 here at 9 a.m., 78 by the noon hour, 80 going to be the high temperature later on this afternoon. Calling it sunny. No reason to not get out and vote. A wind out of the northeast, 10 to 15 miles an hour sunrise, 2 minutes before the polls open at 6:58. So here we go into the end of the week. 67 for tomorrow and Thursday, much cooler after hitting 87 yesterday. Windy and rainy late Thursday and early Friday before we clear out for the weekend. 54 on Sunday and 55 on Monday.